Good morning, welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, the Clueless Luthier, and today I'm going to put the top onto the sides, glue it on. A couple things I wanted to go over. I did come back and do more voicing. I find at this level, at this skill level, it really is sometimes good to walk away and come back with a fresh view. I did get the frequencies a little lower. I tend to get two peaks on the frequency. At least with the app I'm using. At 179 and 202, I think, I'm not sure which is the most accurate, but it's very consistent. And that has dropped. I started at 185, 220. But I don't think I can take them down anymore. I've sanded them. Once it's on, I can voice it, but I'm not sure what else I would do. We'll see. But that's what it looks like at the moment. And if I can try to do this, I don't know if it'll come through. No idea. Now, I'm going to move the camera over to the Go Bar deck and show you a little bit more about what I've done. So I laid this, first of all, I've adjusted my Go Bar deck. The Go Bars, they're kind of two pieces. With this elevated, I really have to, put them in half. And so I actually had to lower the deck for this. But I laid this on, got it totally centered, marked the positions of my braces where they come through. So it's the X braces and the transverse brace that actually join with the sides. After marking them, I took a saw and just carefully cut down at each spot. Here, 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 here. I used a straight edge to get the angles all correct once I had marked them. And then took a chisel and got it pretty close to where they were correct, trying hard not to go over. And then took a rectangular chisel. It's smooth on one side, but it does have a rasp on this side. And just work these down carefully to the point where I could push down and see that I have a nice seal. I really want to make sure that that's sitting correctly, but with as little cut out as possible. I actually took my phone, turned on the light so that I could look through and see if there's any daylight. And so the next thing is just to glue it up. All right, well, it's all braced up, and I'm going to let this set very possibly overnight just to make sure everything's good. And there it is, the top's on. And I did a test on the sound. It did drop the decibel level, makes it a lower tone, which actually made me happy. I was going for that. I'm going to try this. I can't get too close to the camera because it's kind of heavy. But no, can't hit it. There we go. So that's what it sounds like at the moment. The next thing I have to do is put the back on, and it's the same process. So there's really no sense in me filming that. So it's a couple days later. And I went ahead and I put the back on. The last thing I'm going to do, at least for this video, is remove this excess. And there's quite a bit. It's the first time I've decided how much excess to leave on, so I was somewhat generous. So I've done this before sort of, but I figured it was probably important to review this. So I'm gonna change the camera. All right, I've put my Dremel into my angled mount so I can set it to the angle of the top or the back, so that this rides pretty flush with the body. And the purpose of this is to determine how far to cut in on each time. So as I put it in here, maybe easier to see here, it'll only go that far, right there. And especially on the first cut, I want to keep this kind of small. I've got some of these tabs to cut off, or braces in here, and I'm really trying to avoid tear out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out here and go in towards the middle and stop. Same here, around to here and stop. Then I'll come back to do this. The whole idea is to go downhill to avoid going, you don't want to go and pull the grain out. You want to go in towards the center. So that's what we're going to do next. Well, I got it all trimmed off. I gotta tell you, especially on the top, I tried not to take more than half a width of the bit I was using. It really wanted to break out. Fortunately, because I was doing the downhill, I guess you call it method, all the breakout came off the end. None of it went in. So yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking, but it's done. And I think I might do a little bit of sanding. I might take the back down a little bit. We'll see. But other than that, the next thing to do is make sure all the sides are smoothed out and getting ready for doing binding. So thanks for stopping by, and hope to see you soon.